Scorpio, stop for just a moment. Whatever you're doing right now, pause. Because something powerful, something irreversible is already moving toward you. You may not see it with your eyes, but deep down in your bones, you feel it. A whisper at midnight, a sudden shiver when no one is around, a repeating number on the clock that refuses to leave you alone. These are not coincidences. They are signals. The truth is, your life is standing on the edge of a transformation. And if you miss this message, if you ignore the signs, you might pass by the doorway that was built by the universe only for you. That's why you were pulled here to this very moment. It isn't random. It's not chance. It's destiny arranging the meeting. And let me tell you this, Scorpio transformations are never small. When change comes for you, it comes like a storm. It will test you, shake you, and yet it will place in your hands the very power you've been searching for. But you must first learn to recognize the signs and prepare your soul to receive what is already on its way. So take a breath, settle in. For the next hour, we are going deep into the mystery of your sign, into the shadows and the light where the universe is waiting to reveal why something big is about to change your life forever. Part 1. The subtle signs before the storm. Scorpio, before every great transformation in your life, there are always whispers. The universe never throws you into change without first giving you signals, delicate, almost invisible clues that something is moving beneath the surface. And you, of all signs, have always been the one most attuned to the whispers that others miss. Think back to the last few weeks. Have you noticed how certain numbers keep repeating themselves? Maybe 4:44 flashing on the clock or 11:11 staring back at you when you least expect it. These are not accidents. They are messages encoded in the language of synchronicity, designed to catch your attention when your logical mind has grown numb to the flow of daily life. Or perhaps you felt it in your dreams. Scorpios often receive warnings, premonitions, or insights through visions at night. Dreams where someone you haven't spoken to in years suddenly appears, or where a door opens in front of you but you hesitate to step through. These dreams are not random. They are symbolic rehearsals preparing you for the decision that waits for you in waking life. And then there are the physical signs, those chills down your spine when nothing in the room has changed. The sensation that someone is standing behind you when you are alone. Or maybe the sudden unexplainable burst of emotion that brings tears to your eyes without warning. That's your intuition, Scorpio. It's the universe speaking through your body, telling you that energy is shifting. Let me give you an example. A Scorpio woman once told me she kept hearing the same song every time she walked into a store, turned on her car, or even watched TV. The lyrics spoke about leaving the past behind and stepping into a new chapter. At first, she brushed it off, but within a month, she was offered a job in another city, something she had never planned for. Looking back, she realized the universe had been preparing her to move, even before she knew the opportunity existed. That's the nature of signs, subtle, quiet, but undeniable once you connect the dots. Now here's the challenge. In a world full of noise, it's easy to dismiss these signals as coincidence. But for you, Scorpio, ignoring them is like ignoring your own reflection in the mirror. The signs are not random, they are invitations. And if you learn to read them, they become the compass guiding you toward your next transformation. Life lesson. Part 1. Before a storm of change, the universe whispers. If you rush through life without listening, you'll miss the doorway meant only for you. But when you slow down, pay attention, and trust your intuition, you realize that signs are not warnings, they are guiding lights. For a Scorpio, the first step to transformation is always awareness. Part 2. Releasing the weight. Why Scorpio must simplify life. Scorpio, one of your greatest strengths is your ability to dive deep. You never skim the surface of life. You dig, you investigate, you go to the core of every situation, every relationship, every mystery. But there is a hidden danger in this gift. Sometimes you carry too much, too many emotions, too many responsibilities, too many unspoken wounds. And over time, that weight becomes chains around your soul. The universe is whispering to you, now it is time to simplify. Think about it. How many of the struggles that drain you today are truly yours to carry? How many battles have you been fighting simply because you don't want to let go of control or because you feel guilty if you don't show up for everyone? The truth is, Scorpio, not everything belongs to you. Not every problem is your responsibility. And not every complication deserves your energy. I once knew a Scorpio man who worked 3 jobs. On the outside, he seemed unstoppable, always moving, always hustling. But inside, he was breaking down. His relationships were falling apart, his health was declining, and he confessed to me one night, "I don't even know who I am anymore. My life feels like a knot I can't untangle." When he finally decided to step back, quit one of his jobs, and focus on his health, everything shifted. Within months, not only did he recover his energy, but a new opportunity, one that paid better and gave him more freedom, appeared out of nowhere. That is the power of letting go. Scorpio, simplifying your life doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you are making room for what actually matters. Imagine your soul as a house. If every corner is filled with clutter, old boxes, broken furniture, dusty memories, how can you welcome new blessings? The universe is ready to deliver something to you, but if you don't clear space, it will simply bounce off the walls of your cluttered spirit. And let's be honest, sometimes we hide behind complexity. We say it's complicated when the truth is we're afraid of making a choice, afraid of saying no, afraid of closing a door. But life isn't meant to be a web of endless complications. Spirit calls you now to uncomplicate, to strip away what doesn't serve you, no matter how tightly you've been holding on. This moment in your journey is like the pause before a storm. The air is heavy, the sky is dark, and you know something is coming. But instead of fighting the tension, use it. Use this time to clear, to simplify, to prepare. Because when the storm breaks, and it will, you'll want your energy focused, your soul light, and your heart open. Scorpio, ask yourself, tonight, what am I carrying that is not mine? What weight have I chosen to hold on to, even though it breaks me down? And then imagine yourself placing it on the ground, walking away, and finally breathing again. That breath, that moment of release is your key to freedom. Life lesson, part 2. Simplicity is not weakness, it is strength. By releasing the weight of unnecessary battles, you allow your energy to return to you. And with that energy, Scorpio, you become unstoppable. Remember this, when you clear space, you don't lose. You create room for the universe to bring you something greater. Part 3, the hidden power of Scorpio, reclaiming your energy. Scorpio, let me ask you this. Where has your energy been going lately? Because you, more than any other sign, carry within you an ocean of power. But an ocean can dry if its rivers are constantly diverted. And right now, I feel that too much of your strength has been scattered, leaking out into places, people, and situations that do not deserve it. Here's the truth. Most people don't understand about you. Your intensity is your gift, but it is also your burden. You feel deeper love, harder fight, stronger, and think more profoundly than others. But when that intensity is spread thin, when you give a little piece of yourself to everyone and everything, you lose sight of just how powerful you truly are. I remember meeting a Scorpio woman who told me, I feel like I'm always exhausted and yet I don't know why. I don't work harder than anyone else, but my spirit feels drained. As we talked, it became clear she was giving away her energy to every conflict at work, every family drama, every friend who wanted her attention. Piece by piece, she was cutting her own power into fragments. And when she finally realized this, she made one simple decision: I am no longer available for everything. That single boundary changed her life. She reclaimed her energy, and within weeks, she began channeling it into a new creative project that lit up her soul. Scorpio, this is the moment to reclaim your power, Think of yourself as the Emperor card in the tarot deck, calm, unshakable, and centered. The Emperor doesn't run after distractions. He sits firmly on his throne, directing energy with precision. That is what the universe is asking you to do now. Start by asking yourself, where is my energy leaking? Is it the endless scrolling that numbs your mind? Is it the relationship that drains you but never pours back into you? Is it the fear of what others think, forcing you to prove yourself again and again? Every leak is a thread that ties your strength to something unworthy. Cut the threads. And here's the part that only a Scorpio will understand. When you reclaim your energy, it doesn't just come back quietly. It roars. It ignites your inner fire. Suddenly you see clearly what you want. You feel unstoppable. And that's when the universe takes notice. That's when doors open that others can't even see. You were not born to scatter your energy into the wind. You were born to direct it like a laser, precise, sharp, and transformative. And when you do, Scorpio, you don't just change your own life. You shift the energy of everyone around you. So let me tell you this. The reason something big is about to change your life is because the universe is waiting for you to call your energy back. It's not about working harder, it's about being whole again. Because once your energy belongs to you, nothing, no person, no obstacle, no fear can stop what's coming next. Life Lesson, Part 3. Energy is your currency, Scorpio. Where you spend it, your life grows. Where you waste it, your soul shrinks. By reclaiming your energy, you are reclaiming your destiny. And the moment you stop scattering your power, you will remember what you were always meant to be: unshakable, unstoppable, undeniable. Part 4. Transformation through story, the Scorpio way. Scorpio, the story of your life has never been about small changes. When shifts come for you, they come like fire through a forest, burning down the old so that something fierce and alive can rise from the ashes. That is the path of Scorpio death and rebirth endings that unlock beginnings. Let me share a story. There was a Scorpio man who spent years working in a career that drained him. From the outside, he was successful. Good salary, stability, a life others envied. But inside, he was dying a little more each day. He confessed to me once, "I feel like I'm living someone else's dream. This life looks perfect, but it doesn't belong to me." For years, he ignored the whispers, his health declining, his relationships strained, his joy disappearing. Then one day, everything collapsed. He lost his position overnight. At first, it felt like betrayal, like the universe had stolen his identity. But that very collapse forced him to look within. It broke him, but in that breaking, he finally found freedom. He started a small project he'd always dreamed of, but never dared to pursue. Within 2 years, it grew into a business that not only gave him abundance, but more importantly, gave him purpose. This is the Scorpio path. Transformation rarely comes gently. It comes through the collapse of what is false, so that what is real can be born. Maybe you've experienced this too. A relationship that ended brutally, but once it was gone, you realized how much of yourself you had been suppressing. A friendship that betrayed you, but in that betrayal, you found the strength to walk alone and discover your own worth. A failure that humiliated you, but in the ruins you uncovered talents you never knew you had. Scorpio, you are not like the other signs. Some signs can live a quiet life of surface comfort, but not you. Your soul demands depth, and depth always comes with transformation. And right now, the energy building around you is preparing for another one of these transformations. The signs are here. The pressure you've been feeling, that's the ground beneath you shifting. The sense that you can't go on as things are. That's the universe removing the illusion of stability. The sudden opportunities, coincidences, or breakdowns. They are not random, they are the trigger points for your next rebirth. And here's the truth, most people fear transformation. But you, Scorpio, were built for it. You carry the archetype of the phoenix in your blood. You die 1,000 times and you rise 1,001. Stronger, wiser, fiercer. So if something in your life is cracking, if something is falling apart, don't resist it. Don't cling to the ashes. Because what is coming for you is not destruction, it is rebirth. And the sooner you surrender, the sooner you will discover the life waiting on the other side. Life lesson. Part 4. Transformation feels like death, but it is always a birth in disguise. The universe doesn't take from you to punish you. It takes from you to prepare you. And Scorpio, when you allow endings to happen, you give permission for the beginnings that will define your destiny. Part 5. The doorway of destiny. What the universe is preparing for you. Scorpio, every storm has a purpose. Every silence, every delay, every strange sign you've been noticing it all points to one thing: the universe is aligning a doorway for you that no one else can walk through. You may not see it clearly yet. That's the way destiny works. It doesn't announce itself with flashing lights or guarantees. Instead, it weaves small shifts into your daily life, guiding you step by step towards something far bigger than you imagined. And if you've been feeling restless, unsettled, or even trapped, it's because your soul knows that doorway is almost here. What does this mean in real terms? For some, it's a sudden opportunity in career, a position, a project, or a business venture that feels like it fell into your lap, but was actually written for you long ago. For others, it might be a relationship, an unexpected encounter, a reconnection, or a deepening bond that shifts the way you see yourself and your future. For a few, it will come as a personal awakening, an idea, a creative spark, or a moment of clarity that redefines the entire path ahead. I once spoke with a Scorpio woman who had been through years of struggle, financial hardship, broken relationships, endless rejection. She told me she had reached the point where she almost gave up on the idea of life changing. And then, within a single week, everything turned. A stranger recommended her for a job she hadn't even applied for. The position paid double her old salary and allowed her to travel, something she had always dreamed of. She met someone new through that same job, a connection that blossomed into love. When I asked her how she explained it, she said, "I don't. I just know it was waiting for me, and the moment I was ready, it arrived." That is how destiny works for you, Scorpio. It waits until you are ready. And readiness doesn't come from perfection, it comes from alignment. From simplifying your life, reclaiming your energy, and surrendering to transformation. Only then does the universe deliver the door. But here's the test when that door appears. Will you hesitate, or will you step through even if it feels terrifying? Because this is the truth, you don't get to know everything on the other side. The universe is asking you to trust, to leap with faith. And that leap is exactly what will change your life. Scorpio, this moment is near. I feel it in the energy gathering around you. You've been through the shadows, the endings, the stripping away. Now comes the offering, the opening of the path that was meant for you alone. It won't look like anyone else's path, it will be uniquely yours. And when you step through, you will not just survive, you will thrive. Life lesson, Part 5. Destiny does not knock twice. The opportunity that is coming is not an accident, it is a test. When the door opens, you must be brave enough to walk through it even without certainty. Because certainty belongs to the past, but faith belongs to the future. And Scorpio, your future begins the moment you choose to trust. Part 6. Preparing the soul, how to receive what is coming. Scorpio, the universe can bring blessings to your door, but only you can open it. Change is not just about what happens around you, it's about what happens within you. And if you are not ready inside, even the most powerful opportunity will slip through your hands. Preparation is not about perfection. It is not about having all the answers or controlling every outcome. For you, Scorpio, preparation is about alignment. It is about making sure your soul is clear, your heart is open, and your energy is steady when the moment arrives. How do you do this? First, by protecting your peace. You have always been a magnet for drama, not because you invite it, but because your intensity draws people who want to feed on your fire. Now more than ever, you must decide who gets access to you. Not everyone deserves to stand in your energy, and saying no is not cruelty, it is wisdom. Second, by cultivating silence. Remember, your deepest insights come not in noise, but in stillness. If you are always rushing, always reacting, you will miss the whisper of spirit guiding you. Take each day, even 5 minutes, to sit in silence, breathe, and listen. That is where clarity comes. Third, by keeping your heart open. Transformation can harden us. Pain can make us guarded. Betrayal can teach us to build walls. But if your heart is closed when the blessing arrives, you will not be able to receive it. Love, abundance, and destiny require openness, vulnerability, the willingness to believe again even after heartbreak. Let me share this. I once knew a Scorpio who had been betrayed so deeply she swore never to trust again. She shut everyone out, convinced that was the only way to stay safe. And for years, her life stayed small, empty of love, empty of joy. But the day she chose to soften, to trust herself first, and then slowly allow others in again, everything changed. Within months, she attracted friendships that nourished her, a partner who respected her, and opportunities that reignited her spirit. Her life didn't shift because fate suddenly favored her. It shifted because she prepared her soul to receive. Scorpio. The same is true for you. Something big is coming. But if you want to hold it, you must prepare now. Clear the noise. Protect your energy. Keep your heart open. Do these things and you will not just step into change, you will rise with it. Life Lesson. Part 6. Preparation is the bridge between who you are now and who you are becoming. The universe does not reward perfection, it rewards readiness. And Scorpio, when you prepare your soul, when you choose peace, silence, and openness, you prove that you are ready for the life that has been waiting for you all along. The final lesson, Scorpio, pause for a moment and look back at everything we've uncovered together. The whispers of the universe, the signs in your dreams, in numbers, in sudden emotions, the call to simplify your life, to let go of unnecessary battles, the reclaiming of your energy, the surrender to transformation, and the preparation of your soul for what is about to arrive. All of it leads to this truth. Something big is coming, and it is not by chance. It is the design of destiny crafted specifically for you. You have been tested, broken, stripped down, and now the universe is ready to rebuild you stronger than ever. But here is what you must remember: the power of this change does not depend on luck. It depends on you, on whether you choose to listen, to trust, and to step through the doorway when it appears. Your greatest gift, Scorpio, is not just survival. It is resurrection. You are the phoenix, the soul that rises even when the world believes you have been burned to ashes. And every time you rise higher. This moment in your life is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of your most powerful chapter yet. So prepare, listen, trust. And when the moment comes, walk through that door without fear, because what waits for you on the other side is not just change, it is transformation that will shape your destiny forever. Final life lesson. Life will always test you before it blesses you. But for Scorpio, the tests are never punishments, they are initiations. And every initiation opens the path to a greater destiny. Remember this: the storm is not here to destroy you, it is here to prepare you. Call to action. If these words have spoken to your soul, let them take root. And if you feel this message was meant for you, don't leave it behind. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe to the Path to Buddha Wisdom, because here, Scorpio, we dive deeper than the surface, and together we uncover the truths the universe wants you to know. Your journey is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning.